Hi everybody, it's Phil Turner from philturner.com. Hope you're well today. And I've got an amazing person for you to listen to and to learn from. There's some amazing stuff you're going to discover today. So I'm just going to quickly introduce her. She is an old friend actually from a long, long time ago, and she is totally amazing, as you will hear very, very soon. She's one of the warmest, nicest people you're ever going to meet. But she has a laser edge business mind at the front of it. So I would really love you to meet my very, very good friend, Rachel Henke. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Phil. Thank you so much for that introduction. Just less of the old, though, hey?
Well, I can't say you're a new friend. How do I pronounce? I don't know.
That always makes me laugh.
I'll take that. So really, I want to quickly tell people really about you and how I met you. We met in network marketing many years ago, not that many years ago. Otherwise, I get told off again.
It's enough.
And yeah, it was always a pleasure dealing with you. We had great fun doing what we were doing, and we always had a laugh, which was really the main thing within doing what you do, I think. So if if you can share your story about how you kind of got here, that would be really cool, Rachel, for everyone listening.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Well, I think my story gives hope to a lot of people because I think sometimes people look at people in business and they think that they had it all planned out and, they must have just had maybe got an MBA at college and they knew they were going to be in business and all that kind of thing. Well, for me, it was completely different to that. I'd always just had a job and it was around, well, when we met, yeah, 2003 it was that I just moved back with my family to the UK. We'd been living abroad for many years and we suddenly decided we had to have a change. And we came back and we literally, Phil, had to start from scratch. We had two young girls, ages 3.5 actually, and 6. We had no family anywhere nearby, no friends actually. I think we had one friend. You may say, why did I come here? Well, it was I kind of stuck a pin in the map really, and I thought that looks like a nice area to bring up kids. That's Suffolk in the British countryside, and that's how we arrived here. And it was a case of me thinking, what am I going to do now? Because the school system here is my little one was in nursery for I think something crazy like 2 hours in the morning, and I just thought, well, having a job is just going to be way too inconvenient for me. I was studying because I always wanted to be a writer, so I was studying English literature, had a million other things to do, and the job was just going to get absolutely in my way. So that's when I had a bright idea one day, and I was on remember the old dial-up broadband, and we just got it connected in my spare bedroom. And I typed in literally, and this sounds so cheesy, but I really did type in work from home. And that was how I think of it really in a way that I literally fell into the home-based business industry. And it was just really great guns, very excited from there. I was introduced to this whole way of being able to work from home. And today my business looks different. I do a lot more things. I've got a lot more going on. It's not just about working with a company, but the whole drive of being that at home to be able to work around your kids, be flexible. I'm not saying you don't work hard, but you work differently. And that has always been the big driver for me, Phil, that freedom.
Yep.
I could never stand saying, "Oh, can I go to the dentist, please, miss?" That kind of thing. And I used to work in a bank, and they had, codes on the door, and I had to type codes to escape. It was like being in prison. So that for me has always been the driver since I discovered there was a way to work from home. I just love it. So that's me. I'm now my kids are much older now, but they still need me around. And my little one's off today, and she wasn't feeling great, and I'm here, and that's just priceless for me.
Brilliant. Isn't that cool?
It really is. Yeah, it's the best thing.
I think I typed in the same thing, believe it or not.
I do believe it because that's how we got connected, isn't it?
Isn't that weird? But brilliant. Thank you ever so much for that. And really, there's so much of your story that we could cover, and I really want to sort of laser beam on the stuff that we're gonna talk about. First of all, so I know you've done loads, so let's really go for the first thing first of all.
Yep.
So before creating products, 'cause that's what I want to talk to you about, because you've been absolutely amazing at doing that, and I've seen some of your stuff, and it's just unbelievable. So before the products, before you had this idea for the products, what kind of thing were you thinking about? How was it going?
Okay. Well, for me, Phill, it was in around, I think, 2007. I just think of it as my love affair with the internet began. That's the only way I can really explain it. I started to try to figure out how to bring people towards me for my business, because I'm in this tiny little village. And, I just thought there must be a better way. And when I realized about the internet, I was just so excited. Anyone would think it wasn't there before. I don't know. I just had this thing happen where it clicked for me that I was going to do that somehow or other. And in the beginning, I knew nothing about it. And I think it might have been around that time that I was chatting to you, and you are obviously a more technical background. So you probably remember me asking you the most ridiculous questions.
Well, I think I was learning it then as well, so I was kind of really happy to share what I was learning, probably.
I just remember you were more technical and I wasn't at all. I didn't even know how to, I mean, really, I didn't know how to do anything on it. But I just thought this is so amazing. And what I started to do, I saw the social media and I got on Facebook then and LinkedIn. And you didn't really need to be technical, and you still don't for that stuff. You just need to take some time to talk to people and share some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I began enrolling people, and getting this. What really excited me with the internet as well is the global aspect, the global business. And at that time, I was introduced to affiliate marketing, and I got very excited about it, and I was making some good cash with it, and it was all in line with what I was doing. It was training, tools, affiliate stuff, and fairly easy to do because it wasn't about creating my own products. But I love writing and I'm very enthusiastic, and I could see how people were really getting stuck with what to do with it. So my very first product was a little ebook, and it was a free ebook, wasn't
So
charging
can,
for it.
so can I just say before you go down
Yep,
that,
yeah, yeah.
so 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 what was in your head when you thought, okay, I've got to create this product? What was it? You got to share some stuff. You've got to make some money from what you know. There's something that was missing. What was in your head there? Can you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about making money, but it wasn't money. It never is for me because I can't do anything if I'm not really excited about it.
Okay.
So for me, it was, wow, how am I going to put this together for people?
Okay.
Um, it was, I'm doing this and I'm doing well with it, and people are really confused and they're going around with all these different affiliate programs and they don't know how to market it well online. So I thought, um, I will create an ebook because I'm all about making things simple. I thought I'll create a really simple sort of strategy ebook where people can read it and just get a clearer idea of what to do and what each
Interesting.
program does and how it can help them. So that's what I did. That was my very first product. It was free, and for me it changed everything for me because I started to build my own list.
Amazing.
So that's a huge thing. I mean, people
Yeah,
think, oh, you've
massive.
got to,
Yeah.
yeah, you've got to be earning, thousands from your products. Well, no, you've got to start somewhere, and you've got to start building a list, or else who are you going to sell your product to?
And I think this is a really good point as well, that a lot of people I speak to struggle on that first one. Yeah, and the first one for me, when I help people with the strategy on their website, is they got to create something to give away, and that's where they get stuck. That
Yeah,
is like, oh my god, it's going to be an hour every day for a year before I even get anywhere, or they start.
yeah,
I can see in their head they plan out. It's like when people work out the gym. Yeah, there's all this pain involved in doing it
mm,
before they even start.
mm,
So I think it's excellent that you just went straight in there and did it. and that's the coolest way of doing it. Not thinking about it, I'm just excited about doing it. But I just want to say
Mm.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. The giveaway, I think, is something that have, you have to do. And I think really you need to do that before you create any product anyway, because that's
Yeah,
how you test your market.
definitely. I could go. I'm going into creating that product in my head. So sorry, that's why I went quiet. I'm going on
Yeah,
through all this
no,
stuff.
that's okay. So,
As I
so I started with a free product, started to get lots of, as they call them, fans, and people just coming, joining, following me on my sites, and I started a blog. And my blog, God, I always wish I had a picture of it. How it looked. It was horrendous, Phill. It was just terrible. And I remember I had to get someone to help me install it because I got all mixed up and I was in a right old hoo-ha with it. Anyway, I just started posting blogs. I had no
think
strategy, no clue,
I'm
really didn't know
saying
any of that stuff.
I'm going to interject again. And I'd never do that. I just want to say that you aren't technical, and you freely admit that as well, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not technical at all. I mean, I've learned a lot, but it's been the hard way and it's just been through doing stuff, not through, oh, I must be technical. It's been like, how do I do that? Can I do it myself? If if the guy who's helping me goes off on one and it's too complicated, I just say, okay, can you do it for me? And I'll pay you because
So there's a tip right there. If you don't know how to do it, get someone else who does.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry to interject,
absolutely.
but I
No,
think
that's fine. I mean,
the
I
the,
know
the
it's really
challenge, yeah, yeah. I think the challenge with me is I am technical, so sometimes people think, oh, I have to be technical to do this, and it's not true, I'm afraid.
yeah. I mean,
True.
I'm a lot better now, and also I've got to say the tools are a lot better now.
Yeah.
When I started, there were no easy tools for making web pages. You had to pay someone, so I did.
Yeah.
Now, I don't necessarily always have to. You might now pay someone just because of time. Why bother, bashing your head against the wall if it's complicated for you when you could be creating the content, which is really what you need to spend your time doing.
Yeah. Okay. So you created that ebook and you gave it away.
Yeah, I created that ebook, and what happened was a lot of people started coming to me and saying, can I use your ebook to give away? Because, like you said, people worry they don't have their own giveaway.
Uh-huh. There you go.
So I thought, So, yeah, that's what I did basically. I set up a little affiliate system, and I've got to tell you, Phill, none of this was complex. None of it was that expensive or anything. It was literally me excited, getting results, seeing people responding and needing that help. And they were in different companies to me, competing companies, however you want to look at it. I didn't really see it like that. I just thought, this is so cool. And I set them up. So what I did, this was before the easy web pages and everything. We just had a little affiliate system, and I paid a techie guy to create some very simple one-page websites where I showed them how they could hook it up. And there were just step-by-step instructions. It was so simple, and they literally got instantly their own web page and an ebook, a valuable ebook to give away, and in it there were affiliate links for them to make money.
Wow.
So I was hooked
Cool.
after that, as you can imagine.
Brilliant. Doesn't it? Sounds so simple. Sounds so simple. I think soon as people hear affiliate, they go cold. So
Really?
yeah, I think so. I think I think the my customers, my clients that I deal with, I think is a real challenge for them sometimes. So I think you should explain that as well. What you did.
Mm. Well, I hear affiliate and I think, oh, lovely.
There you go.
And I'll say that because a lot of affiliate stuff I wouldn't put my name to and I wouldn't get involved in. But when you know your topic, when you know your niche, which is what we'll talk about, obviously, now, soon also, when you're clear on that, you start to look for things that are aligned with you. And then it's not difficult because when someone comes to you because they follow your stuff or they found your stuff or they see that you're writing about, whatever your topic is, and they say, hey, Phill, I've just launched this new product or I've got this new thing coming out. I was thinking of you. Would this be something that you might want to promote?
Excellent.
And it's perfect for you because it's in line with your stuff, or it's something that they've seen that you're interested in. So you only align yourself with when it's not good is when you're trying to just randomly promote stuff that you've got no interest in or doesn't give value to your people.
Brilliant. Isn't that cool?
It really is cool, especially for people that struggle making products or haven't got it yet. As they build their list, they can still make money promoting stuff that is good stuff that they're learning from. So if I buy a lot of courses. I mean, I've spent goodness knows how much money on marketing education. I've taken this really seriously. And when I get a course and I like it and it really helps me, this is the new economy. This is the new way of doing business. I don't think, oh, I'm not going to tell anyone about that because they might be better than me. I share that. And if they've got an affiliate link, how powerful is that? I can't make all those products.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So I think that is a very nice way of looking at affiliates and how to shift some of these people's views of what to do and how to do it. So I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, collaboration. If you think of it as collaboration, not competition, and how can you bring more value to your niche because you can't do it all.
Cool. Very cool. So let's get back to this product then.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking it away from where we should be. That's naughty of me, isn't it?
Okay. That's why we're so excited about this. We could talk about it all day, couldn't we?
It's true. It's true. So I think that was before the product. So I think that's a really cool way of doing it and kind of fall into it so it goes that way, which is cool. So I think now, because I want to talk about the results and everything that you did from there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the book. So firstly, I think talk about how about your writing? I think people should know about how you write first of all.
Okay, well, I'm a natural writer, which,
Okay.
like you said, people think you're techie, so maybe they can't do what you do. People might think, oh, she's a writer, I can't do what she does.
Yeah.
But, first of all, you can get someone else to write stuff for you. Second of all, you've got to try out the different things for you and find your medium. And I do try to use all of them because I know that different people respond differently. So, using some video, if you're at that stage, if it terrifies you, then not straight away. You can work that in later, or you can even do a PowerPoint. It doesn't have to be you on it. Or, writing or audio. They're the main three things to connect with people from your website.
Yeah.
So I think if you're really just starting out, you probably already know. Most people know. I mean, I was speaking to a guy not that long ago who was telling me that, he tries to write and it's just such a hassle for him. And, I just said to him, well, why are you pushing it? You don't have to write loads. You write a bit, but you post the video or you record an audio. I mean, obviously you've got to do something.
Yeah.
But it's a case of what flows, what's easiest for you, and might take you a while to find it. So with my writing, that's what I love. I love writing, but it doesn't mean I don't do other stuff too.
I think this is very key, very, very key. And I see so many people that hate doing video, build themselves up, put themselves through the pain of doing video, and they're going to hate it. They know they're going to hate it, so don't do it.
Yeah, I really don't do anything I don't like. I don't know. I used to always have the old school philosophy. You feel the pain, do it anyway, all that kind of stuff. I do things that scare me because I think that's important to go through the fear. That's a whole different thing. And I actually wrote a book about confidence for women, and that's a big part of it. But I don't do things that I don't enjoy, Phill, in my daily business. Like you say, I'm not going to start. I'll tell you what, I've thought about it, I could start a video blog. As you can probably hear, I could talk for England, so I've got no issue with that. I could do a video blog, but the idea of me every day having to sort out my hair and look really good and dress up and all that, no, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to get around to doing it. So you've got to set yourself up for success. What can you do? What will you do? What's most likely to happen quick?
Love it.
So for me, I can whiz out a quick blog post in record time.
I love it. Yeah, and I think this is the going back to that first product, going back to that first opt-in giveaway. Um, this is what people work on as well. They work on the hardest thing. They make it out like they're going to the gym, as I always explain it, which is
Mm.
the pain I see in most people's faces. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm never going to do it. And you're right. It's the fastest way. The fastest way is the best. It may not be the most obvious way of you doing something, but it is the fastest way. So just do it the fastest way.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're going to learn so much from
Yeah,
doing it, and it's
uh,
never going to be perfect. You just got to go with it, live with it.
exactly. And I'm definitely not that text person. I can't. Writing is a real pain for me. It takes me ages. So I am the opposite to you on that.
And
Totally. So
that's
I
what's
totally
so
understand.
lovely, isn't it? That people can, so, they can succeed with their way.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think that's brilliant. I think that's really cool to think. You know, them through. People who listen to this think them through the first thing they've got to do, or the way they can generate leads, traffic, and all that stuff. It's they've got to do something they're going to enjoy. So
Yeah,
true.
yeah, absolutely.
Right then. So that was. I think we're going off again, but I think it's me again, isn't it? I can't remember what we were saying, Rachel.
Well, it was about the idea for the book,
Okay.
and
Cool.
I
Yes.
think I started to say to you. You asked me about before products, so I started with my first product, but I think you wanted to talk about the book.
Yeah. Let's talk about the book.
Okay, well, the book is now published, and I'm so proud of that. Actually, attracted a real publishing contract, and I got to tell you, I didn't set out for that. Of course, I always, as a ambitious person, and always wanting to be a writer, I always thought one day I might get this book published. But when I saw the whole field of self-publishing opening up, and I was in it without realizing, even with that ebook, um, I thought, I don't wait, Phill. I don't. One of the things I've really learned in the last years is don't wait for permission from anybody. Obviously, don't do things that aren't good, but don't wait for someone to tell you, yes, you are great, you can have a book. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I sat down, I had all this experience, all this stuff that I've been learning about how to generate leads online, how to create. By this time, my blog was really getting a lot of attention. I'd had a lot of good stuff happen through my blog, a lot of opportunities come to me, um, all sorts of things happening, good clients, like I said, I was building the business really globally, and that's so exciting for me when I see people calling me from, I don't know, America or wherever. And just for me writing a little thing on my blog, I mean, it still really blows my mind. So the
Brilliant.
idea happened when I thought, okay, I need to now freshen all this up. I kind of wanted to refine my niche because I was a bit all over the show, and had all these different skills, and I wasn't really sure how to share it in the best way. And I thought, okay, I'm going to sit down, and what I see, Phill, a lot is I see people doing things the wrong way round. They have an idea, they slap something up, but they haven't planned out where they're going.
Okay.
So I what I do is and I do this in the book, is I explain to people how you don't have to know everything in advance, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do recommend that you can see, begin with the end in mind, the old famous saying. Because if you can see that, then you can map out your whole business model and you can see where you're going. And then when you have those days where it's all a bit fuzzy and you're not sure and you start to doubt yourself, you pull that out and you can see this is your plan, this is your business model. So that's what I was doing, and I was thinking, crikey, this is actually quite complicated. And I was thinking, what's my niche? And how do people work this out? And I looked at all kinds of stuff, and I saw how many people are going round and round. They're not planning out a proper business model. They're just whacking up a website and hoping for the best, which
Yeah.
is what I did initially. I'll be honest with you. But there's an easier way now. We've got all these tools and all this training. Why do it the hard way?
Yeah.
So I started to do all the niche research and figure out what I was going to do and everything. which was all about sharing my message. And, mostly I just love the whole working from home, and whatever you want to do, people have gifts and skills and expertise that they can share. So I started to think, okay, I need to put this down. So I put it down for me. And then I thought the whole thing just worked so well. And for me naturally to think, oh, I'll have a book. I'll write a book. So I didn't think, oh, I'll write a book and have it published and it'll be great. I thought I'll write a book and share this stuff.
Brilliant.
Because it's cool. So that's how I started with the book, and I was going to go ahead, Phill, whatever happened, I would just self-publish it. There's no reason not to now.
Yeah.
My plan was I'll have an ebook which, gives people a taste. You've got the giveaway, which is free, and then you've got the book or something that they get when they start to really connect with you and they want more of you. And you don't want to work one-on-one all the time with people because you never have a life.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted the book for, to position my stuff, to get my name out there. It's all about building your brand. And really just to share this important stuff, because it's such a pivotal time, I think, in, this whole economy thing. It's just a nightmare. More and more people now. Years ago, when we started Phill in the home business industry, we were kind of a little bit cookie. Oh, what do they want to do that for? Oh, shouldn't they just get a good job? And, oh, she could get a good job. Why is she not in a job? And now, of course, it's so many people are just understanding that they need to take control and do their own stuff.
Yeah.
So, so that's what I wanted to help them with, so that they can figure out, because people have expertise, they have knowledge. I mean, I talk to people, and you do too, I know, who have so many skills and knowledge and expertise, but they don't know how to get it out there. They only know how to work one-on-one.
Yeah.
So it's a case of helping them start. People get to the point, I want a website. What do I do? So just taking them through that whole thing. That was the idea for the book. And that was basically, I'm passionate about that. I've got the knowledge, and I just wanted to package it up in a simple way, so people can see how they plan it out from the beginning, and how they can see the whole map, as it were, the whole blueprint.
Yeah.
So that's how the book came into being. I went ahead anyway to self-publish the ebook, and then just, you can say it's luck, or you can say it's
divine intervention.
Yeah, whatever you want to say. I'll tell you what I know. When you move forward and you put yourself out there and you do the thing, you attract the good stuff. When you show you're doing it anyway, things happen. It's just how it is. So I attracted this really cool British publisher who publishes entrepreneurial literature and books, how-to books and things. And they were looking at some of my stuff. They looked at my confidence book, and I said, you know what, I've got this new book, I've just written it. Would you take a look at it? And I'd literally only just done it, only just finished it. And they just snapped it up, and it was just amazing. It wasn't hard, it wasn't a struggle. It was just me doing what I'm doing and doing all the online stuff, which is all about building your platform.
Wow.
So that people do see you and find your stuff. And so I just think, go ahead, do it anyway.
Isn't that so cool?
And if you do what you enjoy doing and you want to do it, then there's no issue, is there?
And when you shine that brightly, things happen, don't they? I really do believe that. When you actually decide and you focus on one thing, then things happen. They always do. And I think this is an amazing story that, it was, because I know so many people that try and get published and spend years doing it. The same book, trying to do it over and over again to get published. And the way you just accidentally, did it from just being, in a position where you knew what you were talking about. You are an expert in that industry. You do know exactly how to do this stuff. And then people come to you. Crazy.
Well, that's the whole book. That's the whole concept, is set yourself up so you're giving value, and you've got your platform using I call them the new rules and the new tools.
Yeah.
And that's how you get all these wonderful opportunities. And for you, it might be something totally different.
I don't think we even mentioned the title of the book yet, have we? I can't believe we haven't.
Oh, no. What am I like? Yeah, it's called The Niche Expert.
Amazing. We haven't done
The
that yet.
Niche Expert, and it's the tagline is harness the power of the internet to attract perfect clients, publicity, and opportunities.
Which I think is so across the board for so many people. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what you're aspiring to be right now. It's just so cool, so cool. And I love the book, by the way. I read the book as fast as I read, which is not very fast, but but absolutely amazing, so cool, and so many things that I can see that I was doing that were right, that were working for me, and things I hadn't seen that I really want to do now. So it's really cool, really really cool, excellent book, and I do suggest everyone. I think I've told everyone on my list about it anyway, and we had lots of sales from it. But if there's anyone else that hasn't got it yet, go and get it. It's if it's in stock, I keep seeing it going out of stock on Amazon, so must be doing really well on it. So it's brilliant. I'm so
Thanks,
pleased
Phill.
with you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm getting some good feedback, and I just love that we're in a world now where you can get feedback straight away.
Who was saying yesterday? What did I read yesterday? Yeah, the internet now is about relationships, nothing else.
Absolutely.
It was about something else. It used to be the cold, dark days of a faceless internet site somewhere deep in some country that you've never heard of, taking your credit card. But now it's totally different.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
about
That's why
standing up.
not getting caught up on the technical stuff is so important because that's not the thing. The tools are getting easier to use. If you need help with them, get that training, get that help. And then it's just about you doing your thing and just reaching way more people than you ever could have done before with your expertise and I mean, people also shy away from that, Phill. Oh, I'm not an expert. I can't be an expert. But you quickly become an expert and you quickly tap into your knowledge and skills when you ask yourself what you can do rather than shutting yourself down.
Yeah, yeah. There's so much in there, isn't there? So much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. It's just
Yeah.
so exciting because in this, if there was ever a time in history that we need alternative ways to work and income streams and,
Yeah.
the job and the one, even not a job, even a business, but just a business where you only have one type of income,
Yeah.
you're just really vulnerable.
Yeah. And the rules have totally changed. Even the last couple of years, I see a massive swing. So I see the people worrying for their jobs, worrying for their futures and everything now, and they don't know the skills. They haven't got the vision to do it themselves. They haven't got the confidence to stand up. And this what worries me more than anything else. And this is why I think your book is really positioned right at this point in time, because it is time for people to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Time for the people that are already established to switch into working in the new way and staying relevant and not being afraid of social media and so on, because it can do so much for them. And for the new people that haven't ever thought about that, then it's a case of, don't put it off. You start part time, you start.
Yeah, do something. So the last thing I really want to talk about the results you've had from all your product creation, your book, and everything like that. So I think. So how do you think that as creating your own products, writing your own book, how do you think that's affected you and your business?
Um, wow, it's just such a part of it, Phill. It's hard to imagine it now without that. So for me, what happened when I created my first product, I think it put me on the map with people who started to take me seriously online.
Yeah.
In my industry. They would call me, I'd have like this, I'd have some interviews and people would say, wow, you've made your own product. And now, not everyone, but a lot of people are making their own product because obviously it's becoming more mainstream. But a few years ago, it was quite unusual because it was a bit harder.
Yeah.
So it really made people take me seriously. And I attracted some very good business for my main business that I was doing, I attracted people from literally all over the world to sign up into my business programs. And some of that was the product and some of it was just social media. It's kind of a combination, but you can really position yourself easily by giving all this value. That's the key. If you give value rather than pitch, because most people in my business, even now, are still pitching, pitching, pitching.
Yeah.
So when you use a product to give value, not only do they see you in a completely different way, they see you as a mentor, as a possible business partner, or whatever it is that your business is obviously. You're also educating them at the same time. So it's really cool. So that it kind of switched me into a completely different gear. I won't say that it's been as fast as I'd like. I've had so many ups and downs. I've had different things that I've done, and I do suffer from, the kind of creative downfall that a lot of very creative people suffer from. They want to do a million things.
Yeah.
And get a little bit distracted and get a little bit kind of, bit of a drama queen sometimes. So it's not gone as fast as I would like, but it's kept me in the game while I learn the skills.
Excellent.
And given me that first taste of success so that I could then go on and say, okay, I'm in this now. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And of course, what it did was it showed me information marketing. And that for me was just enormous. So I've really, immersed myself and studied all of that. And now what's happening is, I just got a foreword for the book written by one of the biggest online gurus out there.
Wow.
And he said it's the best, I can't remember the exact words, I should do really, but he said something like it's the best how-to book on how to start an online business that he's ever read.
Wow.
Now,
brilliant.
He's somebody that's got like maybe 30,000 in his community just on Facebook. He's Mike Klingler, he's a big rock star online. Now, without the internet, without my own products, and he remembers me from when I did that first product. Amazing. So he's seen me develop. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't, how would I know him? How would I even get on his radar? You get on people's radar by doing something, by standing out. That's what the niche thing is.
Yeah.
So it's completely changed how people see me. I have clients. I do some consulting. I've got an e-zine. That's my passion. I love writing my e-zine. I write a weekly e-zine, and I give all the tips and stuff like that. And I just call it. It's like a home. It's really just a home-based business, and you can run it however you want, and that's what I do. So I'm not some guru. I'm not I'm not a millionaire or anything, let's say yet. But I'm living how I want to live. I'm here for my kids, and I'm constantly learning, developing, loving what I do, attracting great people, and, great people like you, collaborating, and all these opportunities start to snowball. And since I got the book out there, it's just been amazing, actually. I've got so many opportunities now coming at me because the book gives such credibility.
Isn't that cool?
It gives amazing credibility. Cool. So, I had a guy contact me. I don't know if it's, what's going to happen with it, but looks like, I might be offered my own internet radio show talking about home-based business and working from home. So how exciting is that? Without a product, without a book, something that gets you to stand out, people wouldn't notice me. So that's the massive difference, the credibility and, of course, the income streams. And you can, once you do it a few times and you do some stuff, you start to understand how it all works. It's like any profession, any skill, it takes time. They say, to become an expert takes 10,000 hours. How quickly you want to do those 10,000 hours is up to you. But there's no quick, pill. There's no quick fix that you're going to suddenly become amazing at this overnight. You've got to do the stuff. But if you make it fun and you make the products and you stop worrying about being perfect and you partner with, partner with someone like you who is all about speed and making it happen, that lifts you up. You don't try and do it all on your own because it's really not fun.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cool? And I think, your results are amazing of what you've done, and I know where you are now. I can feel where you are and what's going to happen from that, from those products you created. And some of them, let's say, I'm sure that first ebook was great, but if you go back to it now, you think, well, it wasn't as good as what I'm doing now. And that's the thing. I think people don't start. They don't do the first one. They don't put in the small amount of time, and it can be a small amount of time, to get that first one done and to kick off. And the results are so massive, so unbelievable when you actually do them, and the effects they have on people, and the kudos and the expert status you have once you do these things is huge. But they just don't do that first thing.
Absolutely. It doesn't take that much to really wow people, because most people never do more than the minimum. That's just the reality.
Yeah, so true. 95% of people don't do anything. It's and that's the people that I look for. I look for the 5%.
Yeah.
Look for the 5% of people that can't take being one of the 95%.
Absolutely. And when you're clear on your niche, creating the product is just what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's narrowed down naturally for you, because you see what by working in your niche and studying and seeing what people want and doing the research and everything, you get, it sort of becomes apparent to you what your options are, because there's no point making a product that nobody's interested in.
Exactly. Isn't that cool? Right then, I think that we got to stop there.
We've talked everybody's heads off, huh?
We've done well. So I just want to say thank you ever so much for your time. I'm so pleased that we can have this talk, and I know you're busy, so I really do appreciate your precious time. So thank you, Rachel, and like everyone else, to say thank you for sharing your story. So cool. So thanks.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you, Phill. Thanks for taking the time to connect with me. It's been really fun.
Good. So I think really I just want to kind of leave it with, everyone who's listened to this and listened to all the way through. I think there's so many golden nuggets for you in there, but really, to sum it up, you've got to stand up. There's no other way. You've got to have some courage to do this. And the main reason I see people not doing it is fear. And the real difference between the people that do it and the people that don't is the people that don't do it are scared. The people that do it are scared, but they do it anyway. So really, for you, you've just got to stand up and say, look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my first product. I'm going to do my book, my DVD, my course, whatever it is, and get it done. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you ever so much, everyone, for listening. I really do appreciate you listening to this, and I really do appreciate you having the opportunity to listen to Rachel. So once again, I just want to say thank you again, Rachel. Thank you ever so much for your time.
Thanks everyone for listening.
And leaves me to say, Phill Turner from phillturner.com, and I'll see you all very, very soon. See ya.